Hello there, I'm Justin Rose, and this is my Pecha Kucha project, and the topic I'm going to be discussing is coping with depression. It's a fairly personal topic, but I think it's a great topic to discuss and allow me to share and open up. Depression, it can be debilitating, make you feel like your life is falling apart and sometimes not worth getting out of bed in the morning. And it's something that people who suffer from depression have to deal with every day. These are some pictures of me growing up. I grew up in a small town, had a small town life, not much to worry about, like playing sports and doing art and playing with my friends. But no matter what I did, I always had this kind of feeling of depression always hanging over me. There are a lot of things that can trigger depression. We all feel sad and blue at times, and life events can make us get down and depressed. But for me, it's genetic. I have lots of family members that suffer from depression, and it's just something I have to learn to live with. Depression gives you that feeling like everything's barren and there's not a lot of life. These trees show winter is here, and that's what depression feels like. Winter is always here. One common way to deal with that feeling of barrenness and cold is to self-medicate. Some people use drugs, some people use alcohol, and that's one of the things I turned to for many years to kind of numb this depression. And if self-medication doesn't work and you can't numb all the feelings, it's easy to find ways to try to escape. And one of the really negative things I've done and sometimes continue to do is I gamble to try to take my mind off my depression. And when all that self-medication and taking your mind off of things doesn't work, the most common thing to do is crawl into bed or turn on the TV. Just try to zone out from the rest of the world. There are positive ways to deal with depression, and I'll go over a few of the ways to do that coming up. But once you begin to realize there are positive ways to cope, you begin to see that there is blue sky on the horizon. The challenge is not to give in to those negative escapes, but to find ways to cope and deal with the ongoing depression. One of the things I've done over the years is take medication. It's one of the things that works the best and allows me to maintain a certain level of evenness and not have too many real deep lows. Outside of medication, finding those positive ways to boost that feeling of well-being. And one of the great ways is exercise and setting goals for exercise. For me right now, I'm training for the Spartan race in May, and that's a great way to keep me on target and make me feel better about myself. Another great method to reduce that feeling of depression is to meditate. Taking time each morning to center myself and just take a few minutes to relax and breathe deeply and start my day is a great way to reduce my depression for the day. Another avenue to take is to take therapy. Therapy is a great resource. It allows you to talk about things that are going on. It's not for everybody. I've had mixed results, but it works for a lot of people, and it's a great option. making time to spend time with friends is really, really important as well. It's so easy when you're depressed to kind of hide away and shut yourself off from the world. But finding time for friends is a great benefit. Hobbies are also a great way to cope with depression. One of the things I do, I play guitar. I've been doing this for many years. I found that it helps de-stress. I've also found writing songs helps me express myself. That helps reduce my overall depression. I also found doing art is a great way to just relax and take my mind off of things in a positive way. I paint and I draw. I try to take some time a few times each week to sit down and sketch. Just another great hobby. The one thing I always have to remember though is that depression will always be there. The potential to have those kind of episodes will be there, and just recognizing that and not allowing it to dominate my life is the best way I've found to cope with it. And even though some days will still feel a little down and it's hard to kind of get up for the day, the one thing is the sun does come through the clouds and happiness is just around the corner. And blue skies are on the horizon, even though at times things look like a desert in front of us. The biggest thing is just to keep moving forward towards those blue skies and that horizon, and life has great potential. Thank you for coming on this journey with me and this presentation. It's been a great opportunity to discuss this topic that's so close to my heart. And the great thing is, the rainbow comes through the clouds and the day is bright. Thanks again.